Howdy everyone, I'm David Ryan, head soap maker at Huckleberry Soaps, and today I've got another melt and pour project for you. I am making a tea tree and peppermint soap today. I'm going to try doing a entirely clear using the aloe soap base from Brambleberry, and I'm going to try doing kind of an ombre type thing. I saw, I can't remember who I saw making it. If I can find the video, I will link it, but I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. It's been a while, but I saw a thing I really wanted to try, and so I'm going to try it. So it's going to be most of the soap is going to be totally clear, and then I'm going to take a little bit of each, and use some of these samples I got from Micas. One is going to be Enchanted Forest, which looks to be a bluish green, and then Crazy Eyes, which looks to be more a more greenish blue, if that makes sense. Yeah, this one looks a lot more blue. This one looks a little bit more green, but they're both in the green family. So I wanted to play around with those. So I'm going to be using, this is my essential oil blend. It's tea tree and peppermint. I had less tea tree than I thought I did, so it's mostly peppermint. The tea tree is definitely there, but it is still mostly peppermint that you get. So maybe as it sits, it will kind of even out. In the soap, I'm using 18 grams of essential oils for this, and I will be using, like I said, the Brambleberry aloe soap. I'm going to be using about 600 grams of it. I'm going to use up the last of the ones I already cut from the other one, and we'll go from there. And I will adjust my camera and get this thing going for y'all. Okay. So of course, the first thing I'm going to do is cut my melt and pour soap base into cubes of roughly the same size to facilitate melting. Since I'm mostly going to be doing clear, I'm going to put all of it in one container. So here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and begin the melting process. I did not plan ahead last time and put all my leftover melt and pour in this one bag that had all my bags of botanicals in it, so there were slight little bits of botanicals in them. So hopefully I got all of them. Okay, now I have all of my melt and pour soap melted, and I did actually remember to get some isopropyl alcohol this time to deal with all the bubbles. I'm not layering this time, so it's not going to be that big of an issue. Right now, the temperature is about 163. So I'm gonna let it get cool a little bit cooler before add the fragrance or the essential oils. I'm actually doing this a little bit after I got off of work, so it's 1 a.m. but I kind of just wanted to get this done now so I could cut it in the morning, and since it's not going to take me very long, I decided why not. So I'm going to go ahead, add my fragrance in here. then I'm gonna give it a good mix. It's definitely peppermint, but it does have a nice tea tree undertone. So this is gonna be a nice fresh soap. So I'm going to remove my spatula and I'm going to go ahead and destroy my scale by knocking it against the fridge. I have about 600 grams of soap, so I'm going to pour about 400 in there right off the bat. Actually, I'll make that 500. I want the coloring to be pretty subtle on top, I think. Now I'm going to go ahead and do 400 and then 100 of each. There we go. It's a little bit over, but that's not going to be. Let me go ahead and get rid of the bubbles. And then I'm going to pour 100 grams in here. A little bit of soap there is from when I had my whisk in there. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so now I'm going to get my scale out of the way, and I do want this to be clear, so I'm not going to add too much mica. We'll see how that does for now. That looks good. And then I'm going to put some of this crazy eyes in here. Get that all. Ooh, I like this color. Although I think I got this one a bit more saturated than the other, so I'm going to add a tiny bit more. To that. Sure, don't have any lumps. So, before it has a chance to start a film on top, I do want to pour this mostly around One little swirl there. And then we will let this sit overnight. I know you can't. I'll see if I can give you a little bit of a. Trying to give you a better idea of what the color looks like, because from that angle you can't really see. So I think I probably mixed it too soon. Didn't let it set up enough, but I think it's going to look really pretty. So I'm going to let it sit overnight, and then in the morning I will cut it so y'all can see. Well, 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 what do we have here? I've let this sit overnight, and now it is time for the fun part. Well, actually making it was the fun part. I'm gonna unmold it. I kind of moved it a little bit when it was still out, when the top part had gelled, and I kind of poked it, and it just swirled a little bit in the middle. And I kind of wish I had gotten that on camera because it was kind of cool. Oh. Okay. The top has got the glycerin dew going on. My hand is all greasy, but look. Yeah, you can see it. It's all cloudy and swirly on the inside. So that was the effect that I wanted. So let us have for a second I was worried I might have put too much oil in it. Oh. Look, it looks, that is the level of clarity, transparency I wanted, definitely. But you can, there's nice, I like how it's a nice swirl on the inside. That was what I was, this is not what I was going for, but I do in fact like it. One thing that happened though is some of the, I think it's the Crazy Eyes mica pooled at the very bottom in the center, which gives a weird effect when you can see it at, I'll see if I can, this one has it a little bit better. Actually, both of them, you can't see it from this angle. I'll try and get move my camera after I'm done cutting. Yeah, this is not the best angle for... Look. Both micas kind of pooled at the bottom and did a weird peak thing right there, and I think that looks awesome. And then it's actually even stronger with the, I think Magic Forest? Enchanted Forest. One has it stronger with the Enchanted Forest. Actually, that one I like a lot. I did kind of a little bit of a swirl with my whisk, and I think it brought it up perfectly. This one just has a tiny bit of the Crazy Eyes at the bottom, but I think mixing those colors is a good idea, so I recommend it. That's it for another melt and pour project from Huckleberry Soaps. The smell is good. The peppermint is overpowering the tea tree oil, so I think blend was about 5.5 grams of tea tree to 13 or 12.5 peppermint. So I'm gonna try this one again once I get more tea tree. And what I want to do is what I wanted to do was 2 parts tea tree to 1 part peppermint. So I think if you're gonna do a peppermint tea tree oil, try and go half and half. depending closer to half and half or 2/3, depending on what scent you want to be most prevalent. And again, these two micas I used were the Enchanted Forest and Crazy Eyes from Mad Micas, and I think I could have let them both. I could have let the white base set up a little bit more, and then I think the video. I can't remember who did the video that I was thinking of, but I think what she did was she let the clear part sit up, then took off the film off the top that developed, and then she poured the other. So I think actually what happened is she divided that out ahead of time, and while the clear base was cooling, she warmed up and prepared the rest of it instead of having it all be one batch and cooling all at the same time. But I am not disappointed with the result. I do like it, and it smells good. I really, really like the transparency and the color of it. I keep getting comments that my soap looks edible and people want to eat it, and that's disturbing. Don't eat my soap. Please do not eat my soap. I do not recommend nor endorse nor condone you eating my soap. If you eat my soap, it is of your own volition, and I have no part in that. Please do not. I know two specific people who may be watching this video right now, and don't. But yeah, I had fun with this. I am finding that despite the fact that I am pleased with my results, I suck at melt and pour. It's a totally different animal than using a cold process, and how they set up, because what will happen with this is the outsides will set up and the insides will be still be all gloopy, and so you have to also not have the stuff you're pouring on be too hot, because then it will just melt it again and then it'll just blurb together. And so but with cold process, you still need to let the first layer of anything set up a little bit, but then it's usually thickening pretty uniformly throughout, if you got a good emulsion, and so you can pour stuff right on top. You usually still want to break the fall with a spatula, but it's still easier to do. I know there's lots of techniques and videos I can watch, and I think before I do my next project, I'll watch some of them. Although my next video after this should be a regular cold process soap, because I will be returning to Austin for a few weeks, and I will be have my normal resources available to me, and I can work in an area that won't get upset if I make lye solution. And I can work outside, and it's getting cooler, and that's amazing, because making soap in the hot Texas summer, it's fun, but it's not necessarily the most pleasant experience, if you know what I mean. So next time I see you, I'll be back in Austin and probably outside my apartment, so I will see you then. And of course, before I go, if you want to see more of my stuff, other things I do, and like shipping soap and stuff like that, head over to my Instagram and TikTok at Huckleberry Soaps, and I will see you next time.